said we're getting moist. We're getting moist. We're getting moist. Echo. Lorisi. I can't hear it, but it's happening. It's happening. And we say it. Might as well start the pod right now. Testing 1 2 1 2 test 1 2 1 2. ¿Qué onda, güey? We are the Bodega Cats. And it's lit. Wait, and I don't know what the fuck we're doing, but for some reason I feel like Lorisi and I should be the ones to start it. We already started it, but for now we're gonna bring you back to the podcast. There it is. It's a perfect place to start about I love you. I want you around, bro. It is Mental Wellness Appreciation Month. Or Mental Wellness Month?
Sure.
Is that what it is? So, we're here and I appreciate you, bro. I love you. I really do. I really do.
It's been a crazy couple of months.
Do you feel
couple
better?
Of months, like
in a couple of years.
A year.
I was thinking of remember last podcast I told you the last time I wore a bra was March 15 of 2020. It doesn't seem like a long time, but it is.
It is when you're like...
It's been over a year.
You're afraid to go anywhere, because... And
you know, for me, bro, that I think that I've been dealing with or talking about in my head, you know, me and Peaches have been talking about it, is, do you remember at the beginning... And when I say beginning, you know, I was ahead of this, like, being paranoid because I'm a paranoid person. But, like, at the beginning, going to the store and how it was, I just remember texting you and telling you I was the only one with the mask. And I was wearing a bandana back then because I had a bandana. And I was like, Lorisi, I was the only one with the mask. And I felt so weird. And I was, like, awkward. And it was that moment where you had to realize, fuck it. I got to do what I got to do because I want to be protected. I feel we're in the same spot right now, Lorisi, with the taking it off. Bro, you know, like, since we remember Japanese people, like, walk around with their masks?
Or in China.
Not everybody.
Like, on TikTok, you would see dancers with the mask and a couple years ago.
They started bedazzling or whatever you call their masks.
Why the mask? But now I get it, because China's a huge country where there are like billions of people.
Hell yeah, I was listening to a podcast when they were talking about it, and they're like, and I saw an article earlier that I didn't get to click on it because I was busy, but the article was something about like how to deal with the fact that you're the only one wearing masks still. And I'm like, that's me. Dude, so I wanted to read it. Dude. But the point, you know, is that remember when we realized, oh shit, these people are different than me. They're anti-maskers. Whoa. We're still the same, bro.
Dude, I went to Arizona this weekend.
Okay, tell us about it.
In the stores, people aren't wearing masks.
Not at all. They took it seriously.
We went to a restaurant, and this was like out of Phoenix. And most people were wearing masks. And then when they sat down, they took them off because they were, you know, drinking and eating. But for the most part, but in the stores,
nope.
You know, I had some family from Colorado, and they're like, people don't wear a mask here. Even in Colorado, they wear masks all the time. But
well, Colorado's more progressive.
Yeah.
They're the first ones that got the legalization of weed, so they're ahead of us.
I guess. But I'm just like, you still need to wear a mask? Like, I don't know.
But that's my point. I'm not going to stop wearing a mask, bro. I will become that person that those people are going to be like, oh, she's one of those.
The sheep or whatever? Oh.
I don't care what they call me.
I don't fucking care either. I'll be a fucking sheep.
Bro, I don't know if people know how conceited I am. Narcissistic. If you insignificant person gives me the virus and kills me, bro,
I'm gonna haunt you and fucking...
Bro.
I'll be like, you know...
I will become the Llorona. Like literally like my nephew says, like, did you know the Llorona comes out to you and like pulls your feet when you're sleeping? Like, yes, and I will do that to you,
If
motherfuckers.
you
No.
are fucking an idiot and not wearing a mask,
Remember, I have this whole thing like I don't
well,
want to
they're not
die
even
an
getting a vaccine.
insignificant life.
they're
Like
not even getting the vaccine.
death, I meant to say. Yeah. So it's like for those motherfuckers that
even
are not
worried about
doing
it.
anything about anything, and if I die because of your carelessness,
Because they're white privilege, they live in
most of it falls under the
big homes,
privilege,
but
bro.
you know, these families that have their grandmother and their aunt and uncle, and they're living together just because, you know, the economy or whatever. But they're in close quarters. They don't have a big house to spread out. Like, and then they're like the last to be vaccinated, and like they should be like the first people that are vaccinated.
And
But
just to show you the mindset of that situation, bro. That was my first thought when March 16, 17, 18 of 2020. I thought we're just going to go to one house, my mom's house. My brother's going to get rid of his house. I'll get rid of my apartment. We're going to go to my mom's house and we'll pay with those of us that are still going to get a paycheck, because I wasn't even still 100% sure that our job was going to
Yeah.
continue to pay us without working like out there in the field, right? So I even thought like worst case scenario between the three of us, we'll pay for the house and we'll just live here, but that's my mentality is like apocalyptic for real. You
like
know what I
if a
mean?
zombie apocalypse.
Like how do we survive together in one house with these incomes that maybe or may not come in? So that's the thing that separates us, bro, that I was reading recently about how we really have to, they're treating us like we're the like dumb whatever. We have to remember they're the ones that one day we went to the store and they weren't wearing masks. And then we went through what we went through, bro. So we got to remember we're the ones that were trying to make sure society would be okay.
Yeah.
We weren't just for ourselves. It was like, remember the whole thing where wear a mask is a sign of respect? We moved to that
Because
thing.
the grandma, I know we talked about this
We
a
did.
lot, and
For the
almost
fact that
every episode when we were doing the Zoom.
For the fact that YouTube tried to cancel our last episode, bro, you have like, and the excuses that I got was that YouTube is now being how do you say, like monitored by and this is how fucking sad things is. Literally the email I got, bro, was that our last episode 76, which was called "We Graduated." Bro, we've had titles anal kiss, anal, porn, uncircumcised, but for some reason, we graduated, got flagged. And I thought, yeah, and I thought, bro, like, we talk about sex, we talk about life. The one time we talked about Billie Eilish's titties, we got in trouble with TikTok. When what we were saying, like, I know right now if you grab this clip that I just said, of course it's bad.
It's really in a logarithm that the computer flags.
And and so that's my thing. So YouTube sends me an email saying that our last episode 76 we graduated got flagged, and if I think that it got flagged by a mistake, I need to appeal it. Then they had a whole paragraph at the bottom because when things that I care about, I was just telling you guys. Ricky Spanish was here earlier, you guys, but like I was just telling you guys things that are true to my passion. I'm like, let me go ahead and read the whole thing. So I read the fine print, and the fine print said how, hey, by the way, after COVID, we had to cut some of our staff, so now we're relying on computers. So if you feel this is a mistake, you can appeal right here. So I'm just like, not only did you fire people because of COVID, and you're like telling me, and this is ratchet, like YouTube should have enough money right now to hire their people, right? But whatever. But you're doing that, and on top of that,
corporation.
you're like maybe we made a mistake in your podcast that could potentially, if you have this one, because you're about to achieve the 100, you might start getting some money. But because we don't not sure and we have
Bitches.
computers, we
It's
take your
greed.
content away.
It's greed.
Wow. Wow.
Motherfucker.
But anyway.
Take that and stick it up your pipe.
Greedy
That's what I'm
motherfuckers. But that's silly, no? Like we and it's like Larisi and I, I'm not ashamed to put this on, or like not ashamed, but like I used to be. I think a lot. For those of you that know me, I think a lot. And maybe it's not the proper thoughts, but I think a lot. But the fact that I've been trying to do things to where, not even Larisi, because I don't want to ruin her life, but for everything to trickle down to me. To like, and we were talking about the Joe Budden podcast that we're going to get into in a minute, but I want it to trickle down to me. Not because I'm not scared that I'm going to lose my job, but I'd rather lose my job than Larisi lose hers. Because that's just the way I work, you guys. Like, I know it doesn't make sense to you, but like, I'm the one that said, let's do this. I'm the one that said, who gives a shit, Larisi? Let's drink on it. I'm the one that said, fucking share that story. There's stories that Larisi has that are so fucking funny and amazing. And I tell her, we are not going to put that shit out. Not only because our families are ratchet. Sorry, Larisi. Our families are ratchet.
True.
They're weird and they get all like, oh my gosh, you haven't talked to me in years. And then you come in like, try to kiki with me. Like, get out of here, bruh.
Kiki, do you love me?
Hey, they don't. But anyway, I gotta tell you a funny story about some pets that happened to me this weekend. But anyway, so I just had this little like creature that like really liked me. Anyway, it was weird, bro. But anyway, it's really weird. If we don't get to the fucking podcast, this is fucking weird. I gotta tell you this after the podcast. All right, it wasn't easy, but but anyway, just kidding. It wasn't that great. Nah, but just going real quick on the whole thing of like, we might like this whole like we might get canceled from our jobs, which is that's the biggie because we need to get paid because we need to like fucking eat. But the other thing is our families, especially I come from an old school Catholic Mexican family, so anything like my. That's how bad it is. So for me now, I tell you, this cancel culture and this culture, like, like I tell you all the hate and prejudice I see every day. Bruh, this weekend, Larisi and I took this weekend off. That's why the podcast is off, Like fucking Larisi graduated, you bitches. But anyway.
Yeah, we had to take off.
We took a little time off, like little fucking tiny. I'm still putting the
some
podcast.
R&R.
She needed to go see her family she hasn't fucking seen because she's fucking actually been a good person and not been mingling with her family from different states, even though some of you motherfuckers don't give a shit and didn't lie, and then you put your kid in like, okay, I'm not gonna say that shit because that's too personal, but anyway, Larisi's been good, I've been good. She went and hung out with her peeps. I went and had a lovely weekend as well, so it was great. But I don't know where I was going with this. I don't know. But my I guess, part of it is like we got canceled, quote unquote, by YouTube on our last one when I didn't even think.
I heard it.
Bro.
I listened to it.
Please tell me if you hear something wrong about it because
if you hear us, say something in the chat.
Like worse than what I've said before? And Larissa has some good jokes there that, to be honest with you guys, I've edited some of them because I knew you ratchet ass people will be like, oh, a white person said it. But we got jokes. Like, there's been some funny ass shit that we delete and that we edit because we don't. See, Larisi and I had this conversation either last podcast or last time we hung out together, but we're always trying to please people and make sure everybody's comfortable.
Fuck that.
If you're comfortable, bro, we're old bitches. And you're still wanting to make others comfortable? When are we gonna get our comfort and shit?
No, no, no more.
And to be honest, after things that happened with the Joe Budden podcast, with our lives, with our families, this is my therapy.
You my fam.
You're my fam, and this is my therapy to sit here and talk to you.
Exactly.
And I literally measure myself when we're recording, because if we're not recording, I'll tell you whatever.
You better send me the accounting spreadsheet.
Well, I'm gonna send you a fucking Excel, if you're willing to accept an Excel fucking spreadsheet.
Maybe, but let me talk to my lawyer.
Because it'll say money made negative 500, and then I'll show you what you owe me. You want to get dirty and nasty? This is part of the conversations Larisi and I were literally, Larisi she needs another drink, and I'm not with my talking, so hold on.
Ooh.
So should I pull that bottle real close real quick so we can just keep going real quick? Just get
real
yourself
close, real quick.
Real close, real quick.
Give me my pen.
Here's your pen too.
Oh, I'm not your maid.
Oh, I thought you loved me and we were friends, but okay. Shit, I'm cooking for you, bitch. I'm cooking for Larisi too.
People might listen, so.
This is what friends do and family does, bro. Like, I was just having a conversation earlier. I'm not going to say much about it because I don't want to get people in trouble. But we were talking about how sometimes we have to...
Do you want to mix that?
No, not yet. Sometimes we have to ask our families to tone it down a little bit because other people are not used to how good a family can be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got my peeps I can call right now and be like, I need you. And I can guarantee you I can have... And I literally, there's 2. I don't want people to think like, oh, you got 1,000. No, I got 2. I'll call right now and say I need you, and they'll be here in 15 minutes. Literally, let's be honest. I'll call Ricky Spanish. He'll be here in 15 minutes. 2 blood family members, 1 not blood. You're here. That will be here because I need them. So you can't tell me it doesn't exist.
Right.
I've lived with this, with a mother that puts me before anybody, even herself. So I know what it is to sacrifice for love of someone. You motherfuckers don't know. You don't. And I hate to sound like I am literally doing what I told myself on the last podcast. Don't do that again. I'm trying not to, you guys. Stop me, Larisi. Say something.
No, ride
Stop
or
me.
die. You're my fam. Like,
You're my ride or die too?
You've been there. My freaking husband died, like, right there. So.
I've been through 2.5, one where you were kind of in there, relationships that were hard, bro. I can't tell you you've been there in my most beautiful moments of my life because you weren't, because I was in relationships that were, some of them toxic, some of them not okay.
I don't think I knew you then even, but.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like the first one, we really didn't know each other, but the last 2, we knew each other, and bro, like, I don't know where I was going with this, but like my point is like you've been in my life. And maybe some of you guys that listen to us, because most of you guys that listen to us are literally like people that know us. I tell Larisi, maybe I haven't told you, I try to do a pod where I think about us one person, and I'm like, what if that person is listening? And then I try to do it, right? Like, there's a person that I really appreciate that helped me a lot in my job. Like, I owe her so much. So a lot of people think I'm a little fucking, like, just brown noser to her. They have no idea, really, our relationship and the things that... Anyway, I don't need to explain it to you. But there's people like that, right? And there's people in my life that, family that... They just mean something to you that's different. You're not about to like just air it out. Obviously, we're not about to air it out on the podcast, and we're not about to, or the show, because I wanted to say
the show.
I'm gonna bring this in here like real quick, Larisi. I told Larisi how, and then I forgot what I was saying. I told Larisi how I don't know what we're talking about, but like let's just go bring it to the fucking Joe Budden podcast and shit. It's like I've been telling Larisi about how this is us, and I always wanted to bring a third, but I wanted to bring a third, and we could potentially still do it. We're on episode 70 fucking 6 7. 77, 76. We can do whatever the fuck we want. We're not having even reached episode 100. But I wanted to bring a third to have it as a like a color commentator, right? But I need to pick someone that I trust and that doesn't overpower Larisi's thoughts. I don't know that person. I don't know that person, right? I don't know a person I trust and that won't do that. So I said, fuck it. It's just Larisi and me. That's all we need. It's me, Peaches, Larisi. That's all we need. We got Tenoch here. Anyway, that shit smells wonderful. But anyway, Larisi smells wonderful right now. But anyway, I'm just like, fuck it, let's just do it us. And then I keep thinking,
Do you?
Larisi gets mad at me one day, or it's happened to us, and again, I'm not gonna. I know you're not listening, but one day we're gonna get to you. Just kidding. I'll edit this. But like, one day we're gonna get to it, and we will have to get to the conversation I've been dying to have, which is the only fucking time that Larisi and I didn't see eye to eye. And I literally thought we were about to lose our friendship. I was ready for it, even though it hurt. But I was just like, this is the way it's going to happen. But that's a topic that I definitely want to have a podcast about. And we can't talk about it because we have to talk about someone else that was involved. That's why I want you to come on the podcast and be part of it. So then we can talk about you. Nah, just kidding. That way we can talk about your involvement in what happened to us, because it was really like dramatic and crazy, bro. I thought we were done. And I tell you, I deal with relationships like that. Relationships. You're a relationship I have that's very important to me. So if that shit got damaged, not only would I be hurt and go through it, bro, I would never forget that person. I would never forgive that person. I would never. And you know me. I don't forget. I don't forgive. I'm not trying to like warn you guys or give you like oh, this voodoo shit. You don't know this bitch. Something happened to you. But something. If you go against me, something might happen. I don't know. I am a very powerful aura.
Oh,
I am a titanium empath. So
and
the world has to protect me, bro. The world has to protect me.
I think I'm just discovering my potential. I think
I agree. I agree.
The verge. Like, you know how some people say, if she doesn't have it now, she will never have it. Well, I agree.
Bullshit.
I agree. That's just for people to bring you down. That's just like a negative thing, and I'm not going to listen to that.
So you say you agree with that?
No, I don't.
Oh.
No, when people say if she doesn't have it, she's never going to have it. I don't think that's true. I think you just need to challenge yourself in different ways and not do the same old thing either.
Well, you can't fall into the same patterns.
To change it up. So, okay, on my bucket list, I did that bucket list, so what's next? Keep moving forward. Don't ever get defeated, although I truly think sometimes it's my own doing where I sabotage my own self because of the negative thoughts in my brain. I think I want to just be positive from here on out. Like, no second guessing myself and taking the reins and pulling on that motherfucker and for people that try to
rail you off,
get me on a sidetrack so they don't have to do their work.
sometimes
And
I
then
feel
they can blame it on me. But no.
Sometimes I feel like people know that we've been on a leash and they just trying to hold on to it like they can just. Remember, like I told you, Cinco de Mayo, for those of you IO cats and kittens that don't know what happened, it's not our Independence Day. Cinco de Mayo, the French saw the Mexicans like how the Spaniards just did it. So
Yeah.
the French were like, let's go fucking get some shit, bro. It's like when you see a store being looted and then you're there and you're not like a fucking ratchet person, but then you're like, it's open. And one day I'll talk
Yeah.
about my experience with that shit when we get paid for this fucking podcast, because I've actually been there in that moment when the riot happens in the stores, the windows get broken and shit, and then you're there. Allegedly, I was there, and you have that choice as a human being. What do you do? And one day I will talk about the biggest choice I've ever had when it came to that. Are you, my mother said, are you the woman I raised, or are you them? And ever since then, bro, she put me in my place to know, like, oh my God, I was about to act ratchet. But she put me in my place, and now, how are people upset with me that I judge you the same? If you're not at that standard of a person, I'm gonna judge you, bro, because my mother told me in my mid-20s, is that who I raised? And I thought about it, and I was like, and bro, and you know what happened to me, and one day I'll talk about it if we get paid, and but it's a big deal. It's a big, big, big deal when I finally realized all the prejudice and hate I felt from the United States when I moved here as a brown lesbian, immigrant. All that hate, even though maybe one day I'll talk about this, bro. Like, I've been spat at. Like, this little white boy spat at my face. I'll talk about that one day. Like, that shit is some stuff that, not now that you're getting really into the gems of shit that I have no problem telling you about these stories, but this is the type of shit I've never told anybody. Like, I've never even told Larissa about this. I've never told anybody. I've told one person about this. But anyway, so we can get to those stories, of like, how did we got jaded, or like, turned. I had no idea the United States was so racist, bro. I had no idea. You hear things, but you're like, I'm not there. But when you experience them, holy fuck, bro. And it's so subtle. Like, it's so subtle. Anyway, we're not getting into this. If you have listened to us for like 76 podcasts ago, you know what we're talking about, and you know what, we'll get to it at one point because we have a lot to say. But at the same time, I'm not trying to bore you guys. I'm not trying to like get you all depressed and whatever. Like, shit happens and whatever. Let's get to the funny. I might edit a lot of this out. Let's get to the funny and like the real thing. So, for those of you that have been listening and know how much I love podcasts, bro. I'm listening to podcasts all the time, every day. If you see, my podcast is like your guys' shows. Like, if you have a list of shows that you watch on Netflix or whatever, that's how my podcasts are. Like, I literally go to podcasts, and when I can't find anything new, I go to a show on Netflix or whatever. But anyway, or Game of Thrones, because that's always But my thing is just like, literally, like, recently, and Larissa has caught up to the shit about how the Joe Budden podcast and how they're like not doing good, and they're like, how much are you really getting paid? And
I don't know, Rory and Mal, like, I listen to them, and
I love them.
They're just like, who is this person that is like, how are you gonna treat your friends, just your friends, like that? And
But can I advocate for him for a minute?
I guess.
Okay. If you hadn't met me poor, if you met me already with money, you would already met me with the fedoras and the 46 hats. I have 46 hats in my room, you guys. You would have met me with the 46 hats. Some of those are pricey, motherfuckers. Some of them are cheap. Some of those are pricey. You would have met me with the 46 hats, plus all the hats, plus, the things that people are like, ugh. And if you met me at that stage, you might think that I'm like all about things and all the hats and whatever.
That's true.
Let's say you were that. Okay, let's say you were that third I was trying to add at the beginning.
Okay.
I just feel like we need, and this is not gonna sound bad if we ever do have a third, but I'll put it out there. I literally wanted a person for when I won't shut the fuck up, as you guys that have listened to this podcast. So when I give the floor to Larisi, and it's so funny because Joe had when he's like, I've been wanting to say the floor is yours. I want to say the floor is yours. And even though you guys that actually listen, that's why I tell Larisi, if you know me, I've given the floor to Larisi. And she goes, well, and she's thinking. I know she's thinking. And trust me, guys, whatever's going to come out, the thought either is going to be okay, good, or like, which is all great, right? But we're doing a podcast. So when there's like silence, I fucking intervene. So yeah, maybe I'm cutting on Larisi's like growth of her, what can potential. Like if I had an editor, you guys, if I wasn't me on my, I already have like a 50-hour week job, not even 40. So if I had an editor, or if this was my job, bro, we would pod for like 5 hours until I get Larisi's content. But because we don't have the time, I literally told Larisi, let's pod for 30 minutes right now and quit. And granted that we're at 31 minutes right now, I don't feel we're there. Like I want to give another drink and
I sucked the wrong end.
Oh, that's what she said. You sucked a fart out of someone's ass. Unless it was good. Anyway, you guys, sorry to bother you. Sorry to like.
No.
Fuck you guys. I don't care. Like I tell Larisi, and this is gonna sound ratchet. I do this for me, you guys. No, and I told Larisi, imagine when we're like, and I'm not gonna tell you guys our ages, but we're gonna be at a certain age in the 70s, and we're gonna be like, you want to look at YouTube for a second and look at our fucking pots, and we're gonna watch the pots. And we're going to laugh and we're going to like hate each other and talk shit. And I am literally, this is, okay. And this is not like this is not like a, Larisi and I, for those of you that haven't noticed, are older women. And when I say older, I mean we're past the age of having babies. We're older women, single, who what the fuck do you expect us to do, world, if not to go like right now ham? Because dude. And I'm speaking for Larisi, but whatever we planned in life, whatever our mother told us we had to do, whatever society said we had to do, didn't work out, you guys.
Yeah.
It didn't work out. So here we are. We have a podcast. We talk shit. We like got just banned from TikTok not that long ago. YouTube just banned our last episode. My God, you guys, we're just here.
You know what? I think that's a sign. I think that's a sign that you're becoming something. In the algorithms, they don't want you. They want you to be like a pheasant. No, a peasant. Peasant.
Pheasant is worse. I just dropped whiskey all over me. Guys.
Oh, that was alcohol abuse, bro.
That's such alcohol abuse.
Do you need a napkin?
I feel it running down. I feel it running down my tits.
I feel it there.
It's running down my chest. Feels good, actually.
The Bodega.
The Bodega. Got some like good whiskey, because that was a good whiskey, bro.
Shiny on the white.
You see it? You see it shining on the white part. That's the only thing. That's the only thing ever people notice.
Damn.
Whew.
White privilege.
No, but yeah, for sure. And we'll talk. And this is another conversation we went. Oh, I'm like getting so moist with whiskey.
Whoa! She said moist. She
But
getting
anyway.
moist. She getting moist.
Hey, hey, hey. I said we're getting moist. We're getting moist. We're getting moist. Echo. Larisi. I can't hear it, but it's happening. It's happening. And we already started it, but for now, we're going to bring you back to the podcast. Anyway, last time, did you notice? It worked out.
It's all good.
Fine. It's
It's
fine.
all good.
Like, they're not paying us, bro. And now that I see, like, how Maul and Rory put out that podcast or, like, that thing, do you know they charged $2 for it? I would have paid. But I got it on YouTube for free from a motherfucker that was willing to risk his life for it, which is cool.
Which is cool.
Which is cool because it's like, when we got banned from TikTok, you guys, I was just like, Larisi, I felt so bad because Larisi has been like building her account. So the fact that I show up one day and I get you canceled, first of all, it's my life story, you guys. But second, I didn't mean to get Larisi canceled on TikTok. I know how much she loves that shit. So it just goes to show you like how.
It was just an empty threat because.
But they're willing to. Bro, so you guys, we had a conversation about Billie Eilish, okay? And we took most of it out because we got banned from TikTok. So we took most of the conversation out and it was all about body image. And you guys, we're two fucking women that don't fit into the stereotype of a fucking Kim Kardashian. So of course we're always protecting Lizzo and Billie Eilish and everybody about body image. Like, my thing, and I hate to sound so feminist because I'm not. My thing has always been, it's so easy for guys to hide their little tiny dick, right?
Yeah.
We can't hide our tiny tits. I had a guy, bro, I dated a woman that wore 3 bras. Sorry, girl. But like, she wore 3 bras. So when I saw them, I was just like, what the fuck? Yeah, her tits were up here. Back then, I wasn't a tit person, so I was just like, what the fuck did you do that for? And it was for show. Like, 3 bras, bro. I'm not going to say which cousin, but I had a cousin.
Oh, shit.
Fucking, bro. Come fight me and argue. I had a cousin that used to wear 7 underwears. 7 tighty whities. Because his shit looked bigger with 7 on them. Bro, I never thought about that until my mom told me, like, didn't you know that your cousin used to do this? When I brought up that homegirl wore 3 bras. And this is shit that I don't tell my mom because it's embarrassing. But it happened in the conversation with someone else. And she's all like, well, you don't remember your cousin that used to wear 7 underwears? Oh, now I remember.
Nah.
And it's like, we all do it. We all try to show, like, our filter. I was telling our friend of the podcast, Ricky Spanish, how when we start recording, my camera is so good, you guys. I spent some money that you're getting 4K shit, bro. You're getting my pimples and shit. Like, Larisi and I were like, damn it. We wish we could, like, rely on that Zoom fucking filter for a bit,
I
but...
don't have any blemishes today.
Bruh, I have spots everywhere. I'm Mexican, so my face is not gonna match everything, you guys. And Larisi's white, so try to fuck with her.
Hey!
And we'll. But anyway, I don't know where we're going with this, bro. But
Are we done?
we should be done. We're about to be done.
We're about to be done.
Anyway,
I'm crunk.
I'm crunk too, bro. My point is,
What's your point, baby?
Larisi and I
What?
it's just like a little shot I'm gonna
That
take
was
at the
like
end.
a thimble.
I'm just gonna take. You want me to get fucked up and talk to these people when I'm like
No.
super 50
No,
bitches?
no, I'm cool.
I'm trying to be cool, bro. I'm trying to like.
She's arguing with me.
I'm trying to treat.
Trying to be cool, man.
I'm trying to treat you guys the way that I
You
treat
guys.
society. Like, you guys are so tender and like, oh my god, I gotta be like so careful with you guys. I gotta put gloves on and treat you so. Like, I
tender.
realized that with my neighbor. Remember, I was doing the Chronicles, and if you guys haven't noticed, for those of you that are true fans, I took out part of the chronicles on last podcast because I talked so much shit about her. I took it out because, first of all, I don't want. She's unstable. I know she could kill me if she wants to. Second, I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose my life over my neighbor, bro. I lose my life over you. I lose my life over my mother. Not gonna lose my life over a neighbor, bro. Get out of here. Shit. King Khan. This is my thing. You guys don't really want me to turn King Khan and fucking bang my chest and show you who the fuck I am. Nah. Lorisi, say something.
One day. No. So one day. No, I want to take this time to explain, like, mini vacations with relatives and that have a pool that's really cold, but it's not cold to them. It was 100 degrees in Phoenix. And we jumped in the pool. We took a great photo bomb of my niece that was chilling, like, living her best life. And I jumped in the pool, and I came up, like, and there's this great picture of me doing...
Show it. Right here.
Oh, it's awesome.
You haven't seen the last part. I show all your animals.
But they're Lorisi, fucking Lorisi. She ruined that shot because all her friends were like...
Without even knowing.
I know. Who's that lady in the back of you? Like, I photobombed. And I didn't even mean to. She got the perfect photo of me just like... I look like the monster from the Blue Lagoon.
Nah, you look like you just came out of water like, what the fuck?
It was fucking cold because I jumped in dry and that water was cold and I came up. In fact, my suit had actually, like, left my boobs.
Oh, fuck.
And when I came up, I was pulling. I'm surprised they didn't get, like, a full frontal of me. Oh, and one of my family member was using the bathroom, and I just went into the bathroom naked, and I didn't know she was there, and she saw me naked, and she's traumatized. She's like, I saw your full frontal, and she told everyone, like. But
Why did you go to the bathroom? Why did you go to the bathroom naked?
Because I was gonna get in the shower. I didn't know she was there. Because there's a bathroom and then there's a shower, and the bathroom doesn't have a door, like the toilet. It's separate from the shower, and I didn't know she was there. And
so you walked in.
I walked in, but even if it's a girl, like my family member, I didn't, like, she is my...
How old is she?
In her 60s.
And she was traumatized?
Maybe she was just kidding. Maybe she's just jealous because she saw all this.
And the back.
Well,
don't forget about the back.
I didn't show the back.
Don't forget about the back.
But I didn't think anything of it because she's...
Bro, one day we're going to get on fucking... What's it called?
Fans only?
One day we're going to get a fans only. You're going to see the back. But what she was so traumatized about?
I think she was just kidding, but she kept telling everyone, I saw your full frontal. I'm like, so? What's wrong? Good. You one of the privileged.
You should have been like, you should see the back. You'd have fallen in
love.
I did.
But I'm like, I don't know. Maybe she's really modest, so I don't care who sees.
You know what I've been figuring out in the last few years.
What's that?
Is that people are really lame in their sex life. Like, their sex life is like... I think that's why they don't know what us lesbians do. I think that's why people are always questioning what lesbians do. I think it's because most people straight lives sex. I can't get rid of this hiccup. They're so boring.
Boo.
I mean, try it for real.
Bah.
The cops are here and they're here for the gays.
Here for the gays. The gays.
They're here for the Mexican gays.
Female Mexican gays.
I can't get rid of this hiccups.
I'm crunk.
Larice is
done.
crunk. We've been like hanging out for a while, you guys. So sorry.
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 We missed the last weekend podcast because, oh my god, sorry, we both went to somewhere to like just chill and shit.
I graduated.
And Larice graduated and I got late. So fuck you guys. Like we needed this weekend. But did we start the pot? Did I put the pot in the
Yeah.
start? Okay. And the other thing is I think I am 54 peaches.
45?
45 plus 5 peaches.
Freezing.
Hey. Hey.
Right. Yeah.
We didn't even get a chance to talk about Michelle Watterson. She they beat her, but bro, I got Hooters stories about her. Just kidding, Michelle. Just kidding, Michelle.
Save it.
Don't come and kill me, bro. Just
Save it.
kidding, Michelle. Nah, that bitch will kill you with one kick. Michelle Watterson. Shout out to Michelle Watterson. You amazing fight. That Brazilian bitch was hungry, bro. So
Hangry?
she was hangry. But Michelle, oh my god, I swear, if the second round would have kept going longer, you would have finished her, girl. I know Michelle from the, like, I'll say it, like the first time I met her, I was with this Asian Chinese friend of a friend, and he was so ratchet. And back then, you used to work at Hooters, girl, and he was so ratchet. And I tried to apologize to you, and that's why you came over and you talked to us and you told us who you were. And that was amazing. I'll never forget. Shout out to you. That fight was amazing. Her kicks, bro. You see it out of nowhere.
Wow.
Out. Her kicks. Oof.
Ninja.
Michelle Watterson. Shout out to you. We love you here at the Bodega Cats podcast. Again, I am 54 Peaches, and that is.
Larizi.
And we're trying, guys. Yes, queen.
She's my best friend.